is Pila's speaker like super loud or is it me? Am I tripping?
Can you, Melo,
Mm.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I think it's fine. But like, I'm like on full volume on my AirPods, and I can hear you.
Okay.
I just think I could hear you louder. All right, we are live.
All right.
All right, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I'll just allow Pila to give us the main screen at least. We're 1 minute early today, instead of being late. Hello to
Finally.
everyone who is joining. Um, yeah, I'll have you click the present. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's perfect. Hello to everyone
Yes,
who's still
yes.
joining. Welcome, 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 welcome. Whose sound is that? Who's watching anime? Is that you or is that me?
Mine should be quiet.
Cause I'm hearing
You mean,
like background. Am I
no,
tripping?
I just muted. I don't know. It's not my sound. All right, but
Wait,
that's
let's see.
fine.
All right, that's
You
fine, I
will.
guess.
Are you guys ready? This is the second installment of the UI UX course
This is gonna be
webinar.
great. This is
It's
gonna be
going to be great.
fantastic.
As usual, we have
Yeah.
our
So far.
beautiful co-host Laurice. He is going to be he's going to allow me to share this knowledge with you guys. We are kickstarting careers in UX UI. A lot of people don't know what this industry is, but today we are going to start and teach everybody this magical gold mine. But so Lawrence, whenever you're ready, I'll take it away.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much for that short introduction there. So currently we have a total of 2 people watching on YouTube. So I'm hoping to assume that more are coming in. So I'm gonna say let's just give maybe the next 3 minutes to people to come in. The 2 people that are watching on YouTube, please just comment in the section. What's your name? Why are you here? Where are you watching from? Those 3 things. Where are you watching from? What's your name? Why are you here? The numbers are steadily increasing, which is great. But we have a target. Okay, let's say we'll start at 5. So call your friends, call your family, call everybody that you need to watch this, and we'll start from there. But for now, tell us where you're watching from. We see Aiden in the comment section. Aiden from Randburg. Welcome, Aiden. It's lovely to have you here. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We have Pila. Pila, where are you currently stationed?
Uh I live in Germiston, but I moved here to Rosebank because of work.
Ah, lovely. Okay. So
Yeah,
you're Rosebank. You're Rosebank Gym. That's
I'm a
fantastic.
Rosebank junkie. What
Ah,
about
that's
you,
good. That's good.
Loris?
So for me, right now, I am also in Rosebank, but usually I'm staying in Santon.
Ah,
So
okay.
yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
rich boy.
but nah, not really, not really. Blessed by God, rather.
Blessed by God.
All right,
That is
all
beautiful.
right. It looks like we've reached the threshold finally,
Yeah.
so we can finally start. All right, so I'm just gonna introduce. Today we have a special lineup that's going on. As you can see there's myself, co-founder of Melsoft Academy here. Such a pleasure. We're here with our very superstar Phila Ngwenya, who has such an incredible story, and I can't wait to hear him share more about. But then, what I will say is, this is a sub 23-year-old who is doing stuff that 35 to 40-year-olds are doing. So he's literally sitting in meetings with people twice his age, and he's still knocking up the weight. So this is our superstar mentor here at Melsoft Academy. He's also a superstar UI UX senior at Tech. So that's fantastic. And then we have a surprise for you in the form of Tumelo Web, who I'll talk to you and tell you about a bit later. But for now, I'm just gonna have Phila kick us off and tell us how you're feeling and get the story started, man.
Ah, I'm feeling great. Thank you for asking. So, yeah, and that was also a beautiful introduction. Yeah, so Today, I want to share something very, very close with my heart, something I've been doing for quite a few years now, but the levels I've been able to climb because I stay dedicated to it has been remarkable, and I want to teach other people how to do what I did because, frankly, me and other people are not really that different. So, just to get started, I am going to go to my presentation. All right, cool. Kickstart your career with UX UI Melsoft Academy, hosted by me and my co-host, Mr. Laurice. So, who is this for? So, I identified that this is for people who don't want to code ever again because this used to be me, but still also want to be in tech and be part of the growing market. This is also for people looking for a career switch but don't know where to go. I assure you that this might be the best decision you make in your life. But also, as Laura said, if you stay to the end, we have a special package for you that I put together. It's even if you are not gonna join our program, it's what I call the I wish somebody told me about learning UX and UI design when I was first starting out. This will be a free PDF guide that we'll send to each and every one of you. Only if you stay to the end though. So let's talk about the thing we are all here for, which is salaries. That's all people care about when they're looking for a job. How much are they going to pay me? So on average, for a standard UX designer, based on education level, is a diploma somebody gets 23,000, bachelor's they get 27,000, and masters is usually 41,000. This is on average. So my goal for this webinar is to show you how to become a web/app designer that earns 29,987 Rand per month in under 5 months without a degree. I, I can feel the chat being excited. Do we have ones in the chat, Mr. Loris? All right,
We
so
have people in the chat for sure,
yeah.
but they're not speaking. So the whole
Uh,
8 people that are watching this, come on, guys, say something in the
uh,
chat. Where are you
I
calling
think
from? What's your name? Come on. But
Yeah, I
otherwise, it's
think
been
we
a
must
fire
we
start.
must teach them to make it to grow that number, to make them earn more. Maybe they'll start talking. But here is the plan I want to actually show you guys in this webinar. So before we get to that, we have to understand why companies are looking for people in this profession. So the demand for this type of designer is huge due to everybody's need for someone to make their products look and feel better, especially if they are trying to sell stuff to other people. So this is where we come in as UX UI designers. We have the skills to transform a product's user interface into something that is visually appealing and is very user friendly for the user. Whether it's a website, an app, or digital platform, our job as designers is to enhance the ability and the aesthetic appeal of whatever product or website we are working on. So, your main job that you will be doing as a UX UI designer is to first understand your user, identify their challenges with the product, look at the people who are doing well and analyze what they are doing, and then comparing the two, you have to apply changes that you may think will give your user a better experience. It sounds easy, right? Or are people confused?
Sounds quite easy, I think.
Yeah.
I definitely could do that.
I love to hear it. All right, so moving on, are UI UX designers in demand for 2024? This is a question I've actually been asked a few times, and my answer is always this. So we'll conduct a quick test. I don't know if the people can actually interact with the chat, but this one will need some interactions. So I want to conduct a quick test with the audience currently live. Are you ready?
All right, come on, audience, don't disappoint me now.
All right. From these two websites, which one would you feel safer buying from? Analyze it carefully. It might be a hard one, but which one would you pick?
Honestly, can I go first?
You can go first.
Nah, let's see what the comments say. Let's see. Larry Jimu says one. Whoa.
Ah,
Okay. I don't know. I
standards.
don't know if I'm trusting number one, honestly. It does look like a bit a bit too much like a scam. There's just too much going on there.
Yeah.
Aiden also says one. Aiden's buying from one too. And then
Yeah.
Laurice finally says two. He redeems himself.
Oh, okay. So you
Lovely,
switched
lovely.
up. Okay, understandable, understandable. So this is just to demonstrate the fact, the effect, which what's this word? This is just to demonstrate how what you perceive can affect your choice in buying as a user. So most people, we have Aiden and Lareth who may be different, but most people would feel safer buying from the two because it is a cleaner website. It shows the main product that they're selling and it displays it in a way where the user understands each element of the product. Then number one is just a blast of everything. So this site was mainly to sell bikes, but they also wanted to sell cars. They wanted to sell, I don't even know what these other vehicles are, but and and as you can see, their information is everywhere. The information is overlapping. There's just so much going on. No one is going to buy from the site because they will be confused, and nobody also wants to get a virus. So there are
Yeah.
currently 1 billion websites that exist and over 4 million downloadable apps on Apple and Android. And 90% of users have claimed that they stopped using an app/website due to poor performance, poor UI, etc. So this is what 80% of websites look like. As you can see, it's just things everywhere. There is no clear hierarchy. You don't know where the header is, where the page starts or stops. It's just a mess. And this is why UX UI designers are in demand because 80% of websites look like this. All right. So today I want to show you guys how to be an industry standard designer and you don't have to be creative at all because a lot of people have been a lot of people who've had interest in UX UI design have always asked me, I'm not creative. I didn't go to art school. Neither did I. But and then they also say, I don't know how. I have never designed anything in my life. How can I get started? So this is what I want to show you today. But first, you have to understand what UX and UI is. So these are user-centered practices that focus on how the user feels and interacts with a product. So UX is short for user experience. It is responsible for taking a user through the website/application in a way that is usable and enjoyable. And then the next one is UI. So the first one was UX, this is UI, which is user interaction, and it is responsible for adding the elements that the user can use to interact with the app or website. So stuff like buttons, stuff like text boxes, etc. Then these two things are they are two different career fields, but they work together to create an app experience that the user can actually go through. So, as a UX designer, if this is what you want to be, your job will be to find ways to enhance or improve the user's experience through understanding their patterns and behaviors. Then, as a UI designer, your job will be to implement the findings of the UX designer into a well structured application. Does all of this make sense to you? Do
So
we
far
still
for me,
not have people?
it seems, no, we have a lot now. We actually have a lot now. And we have a question also from Ernst, who says, what is the difference between a UX UI designer and a front end web developer?
Front-end web developer is basically a fancy name for a UI designer. That's what he is. Then with the UX, he will be the UX part will be the guy who does the research with the users and tries make a user journey that the UI guy will follow or the front end designer will follow.
Wow. So a front ender and a UI designer are basically the same thing.
Yeah, but sometimes front ends know code, so they can actually implement code and they also know how to implement the UI. So yeah,
Okay.
they almost the same. All right.
That's good. That's good. I
As long
hope
as
that
I'm making
answers you,
sense, we can
Ernst.
move on.
Yeah, we can go.
All right, great. So, what are the UI UX designer requirements in our year 2024? So, there are three secret skills that companies want but don't want to tell you about. And if they find out that you have them, they are willing to pay you a salary like someone with a bachelor's degree, even if you don't have a degree yourself, because these skills are very valuable to their business. So the three secret skills used by high-level designers are developing how to develop design thinking in a way that designs come naturally to you, how to use other people's work to fuel your creativity, and the only software that you will need to be a high-level designer. So these are the three secrets that I'm going to try push to you in this webinar in under 20 minutes. So the first one is how to develop design thinking so naturally that you don't even realize you are doing it. So the secret to this is we have to incorporate user-centered thinking. So the reason people think design is hard is because they don't know their user. So with user-centered thinking design approach, it prioritizes their needs, their preferences and behaviors throughout the app experience or the development process to create an intuitive and effective solution for their users. And this is how we will do it as UI UX designers. So usually when people want to do this, they conduct surveys, they conduct interviews, and they get lied to by people, they get wrong data, and they end up wasting lots of time trying to collect a bit of information just to make the user's experience better. But as you know, a lot of people, I'm sure even you, Laurice, don't like answering surveys slash having people come to you while you're walking to ask you to
Yeah.
do a quick interview.
Yeah. No, not
Yeah,
usually.
so I want to show you a better way that doesn't allow you that that allows you to stay at home and get enough information that you need. So this way is we first go to Amazon.com and search for the topic we are researching for. So here my example is books on AI. And then step two is to look for the book that represents your topic. So here I was looking for a book that tells me more about AI and how it affects our future as humans. But if you had to do this for something like let's see, something like Instagram. You search books on how to get likes on Instagram, and then you find a book that says maybe how to get likes on Instagram without posting too much. And then you would click on that book, but you have to ensure that that book has a lot of reviews, and it also focuses on the question you are trying to find answers to, so that you get the most accurate information. Then we come to the gold mine. So here in Amazon, there's a section called customer reviews. I'm sure everybody knows about this. So here in customer reviews, people come and share their views, their what they found nice about the book, or the yeah about the book, what they didn't like about the book, and they share what they've learned. They just share their thought process on the subject. So you as a designer could come here, you look at all of these reviews, you read you read all of them and decide how this person thinks, and just collect all that information so that you can create a user persona that you can use in your designs. Use to guide your designs, sorry. Yeah, and here it just shows, and when you use this, it just shows that you won't have to conduct surveys anymore, because there's literally people on the internet telling you all of this for free, and you don't even have to leave your house or buy anything. You just go on the website, look for the book that represents your topic, and just read what everybody is talking about and what everybody is sharing during what everybody's sharing about that particular topic.
So I'm just gonna catch you there, Pila, and ask the
Yes.
question. So does this mean, and this is from Ernest, by the way, does this mean that the research part is dependent on search engine, search SEO, search engine
Yeah.
optimization, and data analytics?
Yeah. most of the time, but it is not to the level that you have to actually go study data analytics and SEO. Here is the basic, it's basically the simplified version that is very effective because you are literally going to your target user and understanding how they think, how they phrase each sentence, how what solutions they want to see, how they wished the solution was implemented. Because usually you'd find in a review, someone would say, I like this book, but it had this. So if you look at that, you said, okay, he liked this, but it had this. We can change that last part and implement a better alternative that will feed into the user's needs or desires. I hope
So
I
this
explained
is
that. Yeah.
so this is when you're what are you like creating as a designer here for you to do this research? Like are you making a book as well or is this for a website that AI people are using? Like what
Yeah.
exactly is the research for in this example?
So the research for is basically for any it's any app. So usually when people build apps, they're trying to solve a particular problem, and usually on the internet, it's not just about the books, but the books are the easiest way to collect user heavy very detailed information on how certain users
Oh,
think. Yeah. So
okay.
for 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 this example, I'm just demonstrating that you don't actually have to conduct interviews anymore. So if you want to build an app, I'm trying to think of another app. Uh, don't you want to give me an app, Loris?
Uber.
Just Uber. Okay, so let's just say you're trying to build another Uber and you search books, you search on the topic of books on how to build another Uber. I'm sure there is a book like that. And then you check,
Mm-hmm.
okay, these are developers. Usually it's developers, usually it's some consumers who are passionate about international travel. You would read up on the comments what they are saying. Some would probably discuss um, how certain functionalities in Uber are
Bad or
are allowing
terrible.
the app to
Okay.
prosper, how certain functionalities are not, and you can just use that information. So the
Okay.
thing is, when you do this, you'd actually be surprised by who actually comments on these things. So you'd find world experts commenting on Amazon comments because they are so passionate about the subject, they are willing to share information. So the basic premise here is to actually, and it's not just Amazon. There's other, you can go to Reddit. There's so many social platforms that people go to share their thoughts on a subject. But this one is just, it allows you to actually focus on a specific product slash topic. I don't know if I answered the question.
Yep, you did.
All right, great. Uh, Now we come to secret number two, which is how to ethically steal like an artist. So here, I want to teach you how to actually model success and to stop wasting time. Because others have because other people already have the attention of the users we are looking for and we want to design for, and they've already made designs that are effective that the users um, like because the users keep using their applications. So we need to understand how they did it so that we can devise a plan on how we can also achieve it. So we don't so we just don't want to waste time reinventing the wheel. So to do this, we have to just the basic premise on what modeling success is. It involves studying and implementing the strategies, the behaviors, and the mindsets of the successful organizations to achieve similar results. So this is all thing information you're usually not gonna get on UX UI. Usually they just teach you how to drag and drop onto Figma, but they don't understand that there's a lot that goes into it. And the modeling process is one of them. So the key steps to actually successfully modeling others ethically, of course, is to find the top players. So who is doing well in your industry? So you look at the top players, you understand why they have the user's attention, and then the step two is to actually go through their stuff. You have to, well, this is what we do as well. We actually screenshot each of their pages so that we can analyze the layout, the fonts, the colors that they use, etc., etc. Things like that that are obviously part of any website. And then we clone and model. So this is screenshot to design. This is what I use. So what this allows you to do is to edit screenshot pages with your content, logos, and colors, just to see how would it be. And then after that, you have to redesign it in a way where it doesn't it doesn't look like you actually just copied and pasted somebody else's design onto your website. The, this is all easy, right? I really think this is easy. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
No, but that sounds, it sounds a lot like just following from the footsteps of great people who've made it,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah. And it's very important too because they've already laid out the path. Okay, so the next one, which is secret number three, the only piece of software you'll need as a high level designer that you can actually start using today is Figma. So you really need to learn how to use Figma if you want to be a designer. So Figma is a prototyping tool that is completely free and it will allow you to start making applications and building your portfolio right away. So now we are going to talk about the companies that are looking for designers. So the top five are the tech startups. Lots of tech startups want designers because they keep coming with new innovations they want to bring to the market, and they need people to make it look and feel good. They need it to make it look and feel good for the users. And then there's e-commerce, of course. So a lot of e-commerce people, what they do, they drop ship from AliExpress and they put it on a website that looks terrible. But you find that the product is actually really good, but the website is terrible. And as we said, that users, 90% of users will just completely stop using a website or application because of bad UX or UI. So those people are also looking for good designers. So agri-tech companies as well, health and fintech. And just a fun fact, Joburg and Cape Town, I looked this up a few days ago. Joburg and Cape Town are the hotspots for companies looking for UX and UI design. So if you guys could learn the skill right now, in 3 to 5 months, you guys could be on a different life trajectory because
Wow.
this market is growing and it's growing very, very fast.
Wow, that's brilliant. All right, I'm gonna pause you right there because we have a few questions that I'm seeing
Yeah.
here. The first question is coming from Sia, who says, "How do you see the role of AI impacting UX UI design?"
The role of AI actually enhances your progress as a UX UI designer. You just have to know how to use it. And we actually go through this in our course. We made a special section for our course. So the current students who are here, they must be excited because they didn't actually know we have this. But we have a special section where we use AI in design. We use AI to help us come up with personas, so you don't have to actually go read each you don't actually have to go read each comment on Amazon or Reddit or whatever thing you're researching. We also use AI tools like should I give one away?
Yeah,
I
no,
can
go
give
ahead.
there's a website called UI Wizard. So what it does, it allows you to use a prompt. So you say, I want an app that is purple, that is like Instagram, that allows me to do this, this, and that. And based on that, based on that prompt, it will design the screens for you. So it will lay out all the screens based on the user journey. So login, uh, after you log in, you see the dashboard. The dashboard is your profile. It will lay it out throughout, and then all you have to do is adjust the content, maybe add your logo, maybe add the right colors, things like that.
Wow. So it
Yeah,
sounds a lot like it's not AI that's going to replace UI
yeah,
designers. It's UI UX designers using AI that are going to blow up and defeat
yeah,
everyone else. And it's good that these are things that are implemented in the course as well. So at least we know that everyone who is joining is learning things that are cutting edge. So
Yeah,
that's pretty good. And then
yeah.
another question that I'm seeing here is coming from Laurice, who is saying, is it legal, the process of stealing ethically? How is that legal? And then secondly, what's the unethical way to steal as well?
The unethical way is to copy and paste and put your logo. If we can clearly see that you copied and pasted, then we'll have problems. But it is legal, especially if you do it properly. It is a practice that we do. So what we do is we go to, let's just say we're designing a new website for Umbilotech. So what we do is we go to companies similar to Umbilotech who have our same clients who are doing well. We look at the ways they structured their application. We look at, like, usually when people put text on their font, they just put paragraphs and paragraphs, and it just makes it hard for the reader to read because nobody wants to actually sit there and read a book on a website. So what usually we would analyze, okay, these people have a text here, a small text here explaining briefly what they do, and then they have an image, and then here they have the here they have logos of the clients that they're working with. Then after, they have a brief text with an image underneath this time, and then they have a story about a story about all the employees. I don't know if you can visualize it, but yeah, this is how we just look at each of those pieces and understand, okay, if they put a brief text here, maybe we could put something similar that speaks to Bilotech in a way.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know
Wow,
if that
that's
makes it.
yeah, that does make sense. Thank you so much. That's good.
Yeah.
And for everyone who's viewing, I just encourage you to share one point so far that you've learned that you would say has been the most beneficial at the since the beginning of this chat. I just want to hear what the crowd is thinking and feeling. But you can continue, Pila. Please go ahead.
All right, great. So, as I mentioned, the five companies that designers are looking for is tech startups, e-commerce, agri-tech companies, health and fintech companies. These are the companies that will pay you on average 29,987 rands if you do well for them on average. So it could be more. It's really that it's less, but it also could be less because remember, people who have diplomas earn 23. But imagine this as a starting salary and you didn't, and a few months before you didn't know what you wanted to do, but after learning a specialized skill, you actually start earning. This is actually above South African average. It's just above South African average. So I want to go through my story briefly because people have asked me as well. So how did I get here? So I obviously started with the dream of being a software developer. It was heavily encouraged by my dad, and from there I found in Bilotech, which at the time was providing training for young people on a software called Kony Visualizer. It was low code. It was just teaching us how to make apps based on UI alone. And then the coding aspects, you're just adding widgets that already have code in them. And then after a few years, my school gave us an opportunity to take part in a university experience where we went to Wits to experience what it's like to be a student at Wits, and I didn't enjoy the experience. I knew university wasn't for me, so I did not apply. Yeah, I'm sure some people relate to the story. Yeah, so I didn't apply. So after a few months of arguments, I reached out to Bilotech to take me as an intern, and they did because I had already mastered the software years before. And then I was added to their graduate program where the graduates were people who were straight from university who already had their degree, and I was the only one, surprisingly, who knew the software because the software you use at Impilotech is a specialized software. It's not just Java. It's called Kony. It's integrated with Java, and it helps us make banking software very very efficiently. So what I did, I trained them, and because of my experience, I was added into the software development team because I already knew the action. I was added to the actual software development team because I already knew how to use the application. But After a couple of broken projects, they decided it was best for me to be transferred to UI UX, which I still which I still do today as a lead UX designer. So now I work with great people. I'm part of a great team in my early 20s, and I'm very grateful for that because I decided to take the opportunity. I decided to reach out and try get an opportunity in a space that I loved doing. So another thing in Bibliotech, we have something called the Unearthing Greatness from Unexpected Places program. So these are all other people who joined through the program. These are people who didn't know they were going to be designers, but they were given a chance by Bibliotech and they actually prospered a lot. So the few I'm going to tell you about. Oh no, this image is not loading. Okay, yeah, so this is Dumisani. Dumisani used to be a security guard at Houghton, so Dumisani works with us. And he joined, and before he, sorry, this is Dumisani, he was a security guard in Houghton, and he joined us at Impilo Tech because the boss allowed him a chance to actually try and learn software, and now he's one of the best Voltamex designers on the continent. And then the next one, I'm not sure if the image is coming on to your side, Lareth, but I don't see
No,
it
it's
here.
not. Yeah, it's
Ah,
fine though.
okay. Okay, it's all right. The next one is Tabiso. So Tabiso is a UI designer here at Impilotech as well. And he was recently just promoted to project manager. But the crazy thing about Tabiso, only a year and a half ago, he was a barista at Seattle Coffee. So the Seattle Coffee here at Rosebank, he was a barista. We took him in, we taught him Figma, we taught him Voltamex. And then after that, he's his courage, his just his overall personality allowed him to be appointed to project manager. And then the last one is Bonnie. So many people know Bonnie now, but Bonnie used to be a waitress at used to be a waitress at Proud Mary, and I taught her how to use Figma and Vault, and now she's on one of the biggest projects we have in our company. This just shows that with the right work ethic, you can do anything. So why am I telling you this? So it shows that anyone can make it no matter where they are from or what education they have. We only get success through our willingness to listen, learn, and take action. I truly believe this in my heart. So if you think about it, this we have a barista, we have a waitress, and a security guard, and they are all performing well in the tech industry, something that is basically unexpected, which is why we call the program Unearthing Greatness from Unexpected Places. So we just to emphasize that we all went through the same program. They taught the same things I was taught when I first started was taught to them, and it just shows that we've all propelled, we've all done so well that we were promoted to the positions we are in now, despite not having higher level education. So my goal for this webinar is to show you an alternative career that I want to guarantee that you will enjoy doing because everything has its challenges, but this I feel like is very worth it if you actually want to take if you're actually considering doing it. I feel like this is very worth giving it a shot. So for another thing I want another thing my goal the other goal is sorry is for you to learn how to dominate the booming industry of UX UI that companies in Joburg and across South Africa are eager to hire for. And the best part, of course, as I said multiple times, you don't have to have a degree. So we are now living in an attention economy. If you increase the attention of a business, they will throw money at you because you will help them make more money. So how it works is the better user experience a company has, the more attention it'll get because more of the people will tell their friends, their family, their spouses about your app, the business's app or service, and then the more attention you guys get, the more money you will make because more people will be purchasing your products. So another thing I just wanted to emphasize as I was going through this, just the reason I was showing you all those people is to show that even you can do it you just have to follow the steps of the people who've already done it and just listen, learn, and take action. So who is this for? So this course will be for people. This course will be for people who know nothing about design, people who want to switch from software development, people who feel like they don't know where to start, people who are aspiring to be web designers or developers, as people who are aspiring to be UI designers and marketing strategists sometimes because UX really teaches you how to understand your user. And if you're a marketing strategist, you have to strategize on how we can sell a product to a user. So it will be a
Wow.
very valuable skill. And then future freelancers, so people who want to make, who want to consult with companies and charge them by the minute, by the hour, and just make a lot of money doing UI UX design.
Wow. And it sounds a lot like anyone who really puts their mind to it can do it. I
Yes.
mean, a person who was serving coffee in a coffee shop became one of the leaders in Pilotech. Like, that's fantastic. And this question is also related from Ernest, who says, how do you, as a UI UX designer, find the transition between designing a web app compared to a mobile app? Is it as challenging?
So with web apps, it is more challenging, especially with the softwares we use, because you have to web you have to apply responsiveness. So whoever's coming onto your website from whatever device they're using, they have to they have to be able to see the application in the way you intend to show them. So the stuff mustn't be information mustn't be cut, information mustn't be lacking on the screen because now maybe they're using it on their phone instead of a laptop. Yeah, things like that. It's just the most challenging thing you'll find, especially designing for web, is the responsiveness of the website. Yeah. Do we have any
No,
other
that's
questions?
that's good. Yeah, the other question we have is from Laurice, who says, "Can Melsoft graduates work at Pilotech?"
Of course, we actually have a new recruiting team, which is looking for people all the time. And this is that point is one of the reasons we actually came up with this course because we need more people in UI UX design. There's really a
Ah,
huge lack in these people, and companies need them. Yeah, so who is our course designed for? Our course is designed for complete beginners. Even if you've never designed anything in your life, and probably one of our students will tell you, our curriculum will guide you step by step, will hold your hand, ensuring that you gain the essential skills for a successful career in UI, UX design. So what does it include? So the course, I didn't include the actual material here, but the course includes a lot of things like Figma Zero to Hero Bootcamp. So we teach you literally how to design on Figma. We teach you how to open an account in Figma, how to drag and drop a rectangle on Figma, or everything you can think of that you would possibly have to do. This is what we go through on Figma. It's just so we make sure that you are well equipped. Even if somebody wants to hire you tomorrow and you just finished the course today, you will be confident because you have actually learned everything you need to learn. So another thing I wanted to excite some of you guys about is that I finally got someone who is very special onto our course. So there is a special guest inside the course who is a certified professional. So he is the guy who designs the layout for. I'm sure everybody has seen newspapers like the Mail and Guardian, the Citizen. Yo, I'm so I'm so young, I don't know newspapers. But yeah, I know the main two, the biggest two he does is the Mail and Guardian and the Citizen. And he designs the layout and they pay him so much money just to do that. Just to design not even the putting in the text or the images, just the layout of the thing. So the basic structure of where the text is gonna sit. That's what he does. And he also has his own company where he manages brands for individuals and organizations and he does UX UI for that too. So we actually got that guy who works in such big industries to actually give us it's not advice. He actually teaches us how to design using color, how to design company. There's something called a CI, a company CI, which is basically all the company's design information. He teaches us how to actually get that from zero to professional and all other stuff. This is something you don't want to miss because this is information you don't get at all. You don't really get because these are people who have been in the field for like 10 years plus, and I got him to be part of our course and teach us the insides of UX UI design.
That's
Then lastly,
exciting.
we want to teach you company practices. So usually when people get a job, they don't know how the company works, which is understandable because usually you're straight from school. But these days, companies want to get people who they can just plug into their system and that can just start working immediately. Training people costs companies a lot of money, and which is why they came to us as Melsoft Academy. They want our students in UX UI to actually be plugged into their system so that they can develop that part of their department. So usually companies have practices like agile. I'm sure. Do people know what agile is? Do we have? I wanna ask that question quickly just to see.
I personally know what agile is for sure. I'm not
Yeah,
sure if Ernest and Listen and Larry in the comment section do.
yeah. All right. So there's something called agile. Agile is a process that companies use to make sure that work gets done. So what they do, they have work sessions for 2 weeks where they first set a goal of what they want to achieve, then they set a plan on how they want to achieve that goal, and then they implement. Then every 2 weeks, they go back and see what they did right, what they did wrong, and then implement a second sprint, is what we call it, a second sprint, so that the changes, the improvements can be applied. So usually, how it would work is they would look at one section for 2 weeks, and they would implement that section. They would uh, implement, deploy it, and then after that, they would look back, was like, how can we improve this? And then for the second sprint, they plan it, they implement. Yeah, they look back, they plan it, and then they implement the changes, and then it just goes like that, and then it just gets more detailed as depending on the company you're working for. So this is what we want to teach you guys at Melsoft Academy, just to show you that we really do care that you actually do well in the career fields that we're trying to teach you skills for. So yeah,
Wow.
Mr. Lara.
Thank you. Thank you, Phila. Thank you so much. That was fantastic. That was a good run. And
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see who this special guest is in the mix of it. That's really good. And I see that we have around 14, 13 minutes left. And
Yeah.
I see Emerentia and Tumelo who are here. So we have Tumelo and Emerentia who are also students of this particular course that are on. So I'm just gonna give them some time to also, talk to us and tell us how they have been finding it and all that. So I'll do Emerentia. You can go first. Please unmute and video if you can, and let everyone know how it's been for you so far.
Hi everyone, can you hear me?
We
We
can
can
hear
hear you
you.
loud and clear.
I hope everyone's day has been good and your evenings are also going fairly well. I can't unmute because ish, I'm in pajamas. I can't yeah mute the camera. But I started the in the July cohort and so far the program has been going very well. Like Pila said, the way it's structured, it's very even though that particular module was an introductory module, it was still interactive. It wasn't, just a bunch of notes where you just have to be reading or consuming that content. There were also videos and quizzes, exercises, you could do just to test your knowledge and if you were understanding whatever section of the module. And in terms of student support, because I do know there might be people who are interested who are first timers at studying online, like I am. My biggest worry was just how, like in person learning, you have a person in front of you and you could just always ask a question immediately as
Yeah.
soon as you don't understand. So in terms of studying this course online, I feel the team goes an extra mile in making sure that they give you their full support and you are also comfortable with approaching them with whatever questions you may have, to a point where even when you aren't asking them questions, they'll be the ones texting you on Discord or anything. They'll be like, hey, are you still okay? Like, you're too quiet. What's going on? And so, yeah, I think it's one of the things that just make the studying process a whole lot easier. The course is very straightforward so far, and I'm pretty excited for modules to come and actually getting into the nitty gritty of UI and UX in general. And I think more than anything else, I am grateful for the opportunity to now actually be studying and starting a career in a field where I never thought I would. Because, a lot of times when people say tech, we all thinking it's technical stuff, literally. And you never think, as a creative person or even a non creative person, you'd be able to find yourself in a field or a subcategory of the tech umbrella where you don't have to do as much technical stuff. So, yeah, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be studying something I'm very interested in.
Wow, fantastic. Thank you so much, Amarentia. And well done, Mr. Phila, for creating such a beautiful environment. And to all the mentors at Melsoft Academy.
Yeah.
I think the part that gripped me the most was the fact that if you don't have friends, guys, and you join Melsoft Academy, you now have friends. Your mentors can easily replace your best friend.
Definitely.
I love that. I love that. No, and that's really good. And thank you for also addressing the fears that people usually have when it comes to learning completely online as well, because I know that can be a real danger. Do you have any tips, like any practical tips as to how you like do it? Like, do you block out time in a day? How do you like motivate yourself, or are you motivated to come to class and to just focus?
Having had a job previously and a qualification, I sort of, I've been a student before, so I know how this goes. I've worked before, so I know how this goes. But one thing I'd say I do have now that I didn't have before is a clear goal and vision. Because, straight from matric, like when you go to university, um, you're still quite young, and the whole thing is just like, university, I'm just here to get my degree, college, whatever, keep it moving. But once you have certain, I'm not going to say bills to pay, but once you have things to do, things you want to achieve for yourselves, once you are very clear on what you want and your goals are in bold in your head, then I think that's enough motivation for you. Initially, I didn't know why I was studying and what I wanted to achieve out of it, but now I do know why I'm studying and what I want to achieve out of this. So that's what motivates me.
Wow, it sounds like you're very driven. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for that
Thank you. Thank you.
testimony, Emerentia. We really appreciate it.
Thank you
That's
very
really good.
much.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And thank you for your honesty to say that you're in pajamas as well. You see the beauty of online learning. You can literally do anything in your pajamas. Come on, guys.
It's the
Fantastic,
beauty
fantastic.
and the danger at the same
The
time.
beauty and the danger. I like that. That should be made into a quote. Lovely, lovely. I see we have 7 more minutes, so I'm just gonna give Tumelo an opportunity as well to come forward and let us know how his experience has been so far. Tumelo, good evening and welcome.
We can't hear you.
I can't hear him. I can't hear you, Tumelo. I think it's you are so enthusiastic. Like I could feel the energy, but I just couldn't hear anything. I don't know. Are you unmuted? He seems
Yeah,
unmuted.
he's
Maybe remove like the headphones and the Bluetooth and then try
do it again.
to go it like that maybe. No, the devil is jealous.
Yeah, he doesn't want to.
The
He doesn't
devil
want us
he
to share.
doesn't want Tumelo going and sharing.
Yeah, Tumelo doesn't
Yeah,
want.
hello guys.
There we go. Hey Tumelo, how you doing?
Good on yourself, guys. I just came
Good,
with a big
good.
introduction and it was ruined by the speaker.
Ah, no, go again, come on.
Okay, I say evening everyone. Poo 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 to all my fans on the internet. uh, okay, let me just share a bit about my experience with Melsoft Academy and their curriculum. Okay, guys, I'm a scholarship guy here. I'm a winner, by the way. So I'm graced. God has favored me. I got
Fantastic.
the opportunity to be participating in the Mandela. Is it June 16 scholarship? Yes. I applied there unknowingly that I would win, and not knowing that God has bigger plans for me. And I always felt like transitioning to UI UX, it has been a horrible journey, trust me. But then when I came across this scholarship and then I was announced that I won the scholarship, I couldn't believe it. I thought you guys are making a prank. I thought it was like April's month, but then it was like June. I was like, oh, okay, I won. Okay. It did not sink in until I got the email. So going forward, Melsoft Academy UI UX course has been a mind-opening course for me because I'm a self-taught. 5 months ago, I started the journey, and it was a bit lonely because you don't have mentorship, you don't have a structured curriculum to learn from. But when I got accepted to Melsoft Academy, for me, it was just mind blowing. And especially for Phila's lectures, I felt like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing. Hi. That's why he's a lead UX designer. And I was like, I have a background of teaching, and his teaching skills are so amazing. He literally gave us basic foundations of understanding, you know, design itself. He explained it to a point that I'm able to explain to my little nephew who's 5 years old. And I'm like, okay, this is getting somewhere. So I got to learn about design thinking, and it's something that I literally ignored on my journey for self learning. And there were a lot of laws that I learned, I came across that I never thought. There's actually a law for positioning a button, there's actually a law for, putting the users first, you understand? So the curriculum itself transformed my life because I thought I knew it all. Hey guys, I thought I knew it all, but the curriculum, it had quizzes, as my classmate had said at Marentia. It had assessments. It had also teaching us on how to use Figma. I also thought that I knew how to use Figma until I came across the sessions with Phila. And what was amazing is I incorporated the knowledge that I had before with what he gave me. And the time when I performed my assessments, I did exceptionally. And I'm so proud with that. Hey, I don't want to disclose the marks. He will.
I
But
know you did well. You did well. You did way too well.
but
I was also concerned.
yes, he was so concerned. I thought I was doing it wrong, but apparently I aced it. So I would say that I encourage people to enroll to the course because it is we are in a time where technology is something else. We're living in the fourth industrial evolution, and you never know. Yes, AI is replacing some certain jobs, but I would encourage you to jump on that boat today, especially UI UX. It's one of the the careers that are not noticed per se. I wish Melsoft Academy could literally scout for like 100 people or even 500 people just to teach them UI UX because it's a serious needed skill, hey. And after I got to understand like the two modules that I did, the first module I passed it, and it was an amazing. After that module, I felt like no man, each and every web developer or designer or mobile designer or developer, they should literally dive into that course to have a certain sense of the visual design part of it, because I feel like we we are there are some certain aspects that we are underlooking as developers. So I would literally vouch for you guys to literally dive in, man. It's an amazing journey. It's easy. You don't need code. And apparently, let me just disclose this. Figma has AI code to to change your design to a code, of which it makes your life very easy. And by the way, I started with software engineering and I transitioned to UI UX. So when I do my job, it's so easy. The process, it's very easy.
Wow,
Wow.
it sounds like you're a champion, Camilo, and congratulations for winning
Glory to
that
God.
prize.
Glory
Glory
to
be to
God.
God indeed. Glory be to God indeed. Lovely, and thank you so much for coming out and sharing your testimony as well. That was fantastic,
Yeah,
and
that
I
was
like especially the way that you explained that the quality of the course, it brought things that you never thought you'd learn. Because a lot of people out there think that if they watch one Udemy course or one YouTube video, they're good enough to be developers. But here at Melsoft, we make sure that we bring quality mentors like Phila, for example, to come in and guide the people. And so it's fantastic that you're benefiting from that. And to everyone who's watching, I hope you're one of the 500 people that Tumelo wants to join the UI UX design. So thank you so much for that, Tumelo. That was a fantastic way to sort of have us wrap up this webinar. We don't have any other questions that I'm seeing here. Laurice says Webflow can also do that. So we have other things, Webflow, Figma, for example, they can all do these things. But from what I'm understanding here, it's been a fantastic night with you all, gentlemen, as well as Emerentia. Thank you so much for coming and for gracing us in this occasion. And to all of us who are watching, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you learned something. I hope that this gives you the ability or the confidence to apply. So we sent in the apply now button in the chat. There's an apply now down below. Please click it and apply, because you never know what doors can be opened through this. But otherwise, from Melsoft Academy and the rest of the team, I just want to say thank you. And Pila, last words, last sentence, give us something.
you know, I'm so honored, humbled by Dumelo and Emerincha. They make my week better because I know they're like my little children. I must take care of. I must plan stuff for them. Sometimes I don't sleep because ish, I must take care of these people. But their feedback, the current testimonials that I just heard. I never expected people would see my stuff like that. I try to provide stuff like I give stuff that I know. I can't teach something I don't know, but I'm giving stuff that I know, and the way I give it, I try to incorporate everyone. And based on these testimonials, it sounds like they've been paid to say these things. So, but
That's what I was thinking too. That sounds like, do we give them
yeah,
500 each?
I
Like,
was trying to think, where did they
No
take this out
ways,
of my
no
salary?
ways.
Yeah, but I'm very humble. Thank you so much, guys. My heart is so, I don't know how to describe it, but thank you. This course is something that is basically close to my heart because it's something I do every day, something I enjoy doing every day. And it's not that I enjoy it because it's easy for me, but I enjoy it because it's something that I don't know. It's something that's nice. It was nice to learn. It's nice to implement. It's nice to practice. It's nice to see other people do it. And the fact that I get to teach other people is like the cherry on top. So thank you, Melsoft, for allowing me this opportunity to actually share my knowledge. And I hope other people also get to join us because our community is something I didn't expect as well. When I first joined Melsoft, hey, they really interact. I was wondering at night, people are sending a thing, emojis, people are laughing in the chats, and you're wondering, doesn't the school close at like 5? What's going on? But yeah, very, very beautiful community. The culture is beautiful. If you are actually half considering it, just take the jump. Join us in the course and just the community alone, the people you will meet. I think it's worth it. I really do because these people are amazing people. They really are.
Fantastic.
And the things that you
Fantastic.
learn are fantastic. Yeah. But other than that, that's me. Thank you guys. See you in the course.
Fantastic. Thank you, Phila, and thank you so much, Emerentia. Thank you to Melo, and thank you to all our viewers watching. Thank you, Ernest. Thank you, Mr. Listen, Junaid, Newhart, TM, and everyone who commented. Thank you, and have a great night. You've heard it from our team. Community this side is something different. You have to join the party if you can. That's us. Cheers, and have a good
Thank
night,
you guys.
everybody.
Sure.